right here. This is the Capone family plot. And there's Scarface himself right there. Al Capone. 1899 to 1947. Famous mobster. Primarily in Chicago, but also well known across the United States during the early 20th century. What's interesting is, I believe that's his mother, and that's his older brother, Ralph. He had another brother named Frank, who was shot dead by police in 1924. I don't see his grave here. He may be buried somewhere else. But there it is. The grave of Al Capone. I just did a little research. This is actually Frank Capone's grave right here, Salvatore. And in 1924, he was shot dead by police, and they actually had a mob funeral that Al Capone and I'm sure his brother Ralph attended. They shut down all the speakeasies for 2 hours during the funeral in Cicero. But this is where it took place. Pretty crazy. I had to look around for a little bit, but I finally found it. The grave of Vincente Gibardi, also known as Machine Gun Jack. He was actually the owner of the Green Mill, which is still in business today, the famous bar and jazz club in Chicago. And he was also a mob friend of Al Capone's. And he was gunned and shot dead at the age of 32 in 1936 at a bowling alley. And they think it was actually a revenge for his partaking in the St. Valentine's Day massacre. So that northern mob boss, Bugsy Moran, ultimately sent some men to hit him and knock him down, and they killed him in 1936. And here he's buried. Mount Carmel Cemetery. Pretty incredible cemetery. This is an old Italian cemetery, Catholic cemetery here in Hillside, which is a western suburb of Chicago. There's a lot of mob affiliates and mob bosses from the Prohibition and early 20th century days here in Chicago buried here. A lot of Italian mob families. And also a lot of cardinals and bishops within the Catholic Church. So, a lot of cool tombstones for sure.